Surround yourself with the magic.
Surround yourself with the magic.
Come on, everybody. Here we go! Up to Neverland!
License, Disneyland?
Yeah, from Mr. Toad's Wild Ride.
My name is Greg, and I'm a Disneyland addict. It's been 3 months and 2 days since my last visit. And even though I live way up north in Seattle, I've already got tickets to go again. At night, I dream about those perfect days at Disneyland. And when I wake up, the whole day becomes a blur of images, emotions, and memories, triggered by the smallest things. I can't even eat breakfast without the daydreams taking over.
All right, happy breakfast, everybody.
Oh, yes, happy
What are you eating, Linda?
I'm eating the Mark Twain. Extra eggs, no bacon.
You're eating Mark Twain?
I'm eating Mark Twain. He's very tasty.
There's the Mark Twain right there.
I'm also having a Mark Twain.
It's not easy being an honorary citizen of Disneyland living so far abroad. It's 1,575.35 kilometers as the crow flies from my front door to the center of the Esplanade, give or take a meter.
Who was?
The guys with the gold hats on and Disney shirts matching.
Oh, matching?
Yeah.
Oh, man. We should have gone for matching.
Exactly. Different hats.
Some days it seems all wrong, like a nightmare. The streets here are choked with cars, not strollers. The trash cans aren't telling me to waste, please. And there's not a churro stand in sight. Where the heck am I?
Traffic jam. Take your foot off the pedal. Alright, rush hour.
I get so sick of the 101 at this time of day.
Welcome back, Autopia drivers. At this time, we'd like to remind you not to stop that car in front of you. Thank you very much for your cooperation. We also ask you please look in front of you. If the car in front of you has stopped moving, please take your foot off that gas pedal. If the car in front of you is not moving, chances are neither are you.
I lead a pretty quiet life. I work at a normal job. I sit in an average cubicle in an unremarkable office building. Except that the walls of my cube are plastered with photos and memorabilia from past trips to Disneyland. I've got desktop patterns and countdown clocks. And I have an uncanny ability to turn nearly any conversation into one about Disneyland. My friends think I've got a problem. Yeah, they're probably right. The problem is what to do with myself for the next 2 months until my vacation. For a big Disney dork like me, that's an awfully long time to wait. The hardest part is getting through these long days at work. 8 to 10 hours a day of deadlines, schedules, meetings, conference calls, emails, code reviews, spec reviews, performance reviews, job performance, application performance, server performance, and trying to look busy when I really just want to sit quietly and think about Disneyland. So I've come up with survival techniques. 10 simple ways of counting down the days and passing the time until my vacation arrives. Thanks to the internet, I can do a lot of this right here at my desk during breaks, or while I'm eating lunch, or anytime the boss isn't around. If anyone asks, I can just say I'm doing research for my trip, not feeding an addiction. One of the first places I go before a Disneyland trip is the official Disneyland website. It's a good starting place for first-time visitors to the California resort, and it's fun to look at, but it doesn't contain much in-depth information. I do check this site often, however, because it's the one definitive place to find park hours, entertainment schedules, and ride closures. You know, I'd hate to get to Disneyland and find out one of my favorite attractions is closed, like, say, Pirates of the Caribbean. Oh, crud. One of my first stops every day is the message boards on good old Mouse Planet. It's one of the best sources for unofficial park news, information, gossip, rumors, and conjecture. Talk about a group of Disney fanatics, and I thought I had it bad. Most Disney geeks love to show off their knowledge of the parks, but they also like to help out other guests. If I post a question about, say, where to find Pirates of the Caribbean breakfast cereal, or what to wear to Club 33, I can usually have an answer within a minute. There's dozens of sites with discussion forums, and more are popping up all the time. Ape Pen Publishing, for example. They produce some amazing books loaded with vintage Disneyland photos. They also have great prize drawings for active forum members, so I try to visit the site as often as I can. But my new favorite is the Disney Podcast Network. That's where producers from some of the internet's best podcast shows come to interact with their listeners, share tips and tricks, and enjoy some good-natured potty humor. It's where the Window to the Magic podcast forums are hosted, and it's a lot of fun. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. A search for Disney on Google.com turns up 97 million hits. That gives me plenty to do until my vacation. Dear Disneyland, I was in the park last week and was appalled at how poorly your facilities are maintained. Upon casual inspection, I found not one but 2 places where the paint was peeling on Main Street and one of the light bulbs burned out on the Small World facade. I have enclosed photographs to illustrate the locations to which I am referring. As an annual pass holder, I find this lack of attention to detail disturbing. I have a good mind to start spending my vacation dollars at Universal Studios or Six Flags instead of your decrepit park. Sincerely, Mortimer McFeely III, Esquire. Huh, as if that would ever happen. And no, my name's not Mortimer, but they don't need to know that. My goofy letters might not have much impact. I wasn't able to save the Dapper Dans after all, but there is a good chance I'll get back a response written by a real person, if my letter's convincing enough. I even got a signed photo of Mickey after the first one, but only after the first one. I think they're on to me. Believe me, I've missed enough flights and screwed up enough reservations in my life that I can't sleep unless I've confirmed, reconfirmed, and re-reconfirmed all my travel arrangements. I always make sure to check my airline and hotel reservations at least once after I make them, and then again right before I travel. It depends on where I made them originally, but many sites let me confirm online. And the best part is I can pick my own seats on the plane and order my admission tickets with no standing in line. One of my favorite things to do when no one is looking is to fly around Disneyland using the program Google Earth. You can get it for free at google.com. Anyone who's ever wondered what the parks look like from space has got to check this out. It's basically an interactive globe made up of high-resolution satellite images, and I can zoom, pan, and tilt over any area I like. I can even calculate the exact distance from my house, or to my hotel, or even find out how far it is from the main entrance turnstiles to the Fast Pass machine at Space Mountain. It's half a kilometer, or 1/3 of a mile, by the way.
This is the part of the vacation we call the swag show. All right, Linda, show me your swag.
This is for my cat sitter. She gets these super cute Paul Frank mix shag. It's a pirate's life for me. So cute. And Cheshire Cat 50th pen.
All right, swag show. Justin.
Space Mountain pictures, and a shirt to go along with it. One of the retro shirts, Mickey hoodie, ears with my name, and a coffee mug, very important.
All right, swag show. Lupe.
Okay, there's these 4 great cards that I stole from the Hatteria. What was it? The Mad Hatter. When you buy these, you can go online and you get, with your little character, the gold hat too. So I figure I can sell them online to some crazy, like, Kingdom King. I found it. It says Disneyland on it. It's cute. I have my great acrylic plastic glass, the Mickey sweatshirt that is much like Justin's, but I saw it first. My hat, of course, with my name. That's it. My swag. Lame.
Shopping for souvenirs is one of the best parts of a Disney trip. Who doesn't like bringing home a suitcase full of loot? But for the unsuspecting, overly optimistic tourist, shopping at Disneyland can be a little bit of a challenge. The shops are often crowded with pushy parents and hyperactive kids, the prices are high, and sometimes it can be just too much to handle. To make things easier, I like to window shop online for my vacation swag. The official Disney shopping site doesn't offer park souvenirs, but there's others that do. They actually go into the park and do the shopping, then ship it for a fee. I don't like to order before I go, but it's a great way to figure out what I want before I even arrive. And if I forget to buy that extra pair of Mickey ears for my house sitter, well, I can always order it later for, $19 plus shipping. Sheesh. Man, there's a lot to do on the internet, and I'm not done yet. I've posted all my old vacation photos online, and I can call them up whenever or wherever I want to. Lots of sites like Snapfish and Yahoo Photos will let me do it free and easy, and some of them will let me look at other people's pictures too. I can even share them with friends or order prints and gifts. No one can have too many photo mugs and mouse pads, right? Well, that gets me through the first month and a half of waiting. I could spend a year looking at all the Disney-related internet sites and probably still not see them all. But it's time to step away from the computer. It's still a little too early to pull my suitcase out of the closet. But it's never too early to start a packing pile. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. There's dozens of rides and attractions at the Disneyland Resort that are based on a Disney show, not to mention the ones that are about the park itself. Buying or renting them is a great way to get excited for an upcoming trip. I call it doing my homework.
All aboard for the Magic Kingdom. Next stop, Tomorrowland.
And finally, my #1 favorite way to count down the days and pass the time before my Disney vacation is to subscribe to all the great Disney podcasts.
You're listening to the WindowtotheMagic.com podcast.
My favorite Disney podcast, of course, is the Window to the Magic from WindowtotheMagic.com. It's one of the few that really takes me there, no matter where I am or what I'm doing. All I have to do is put on my headphones and instantly I'm transported to the happiest place on earth. Well, I made it. The big day is finally here. My bags are packed and all my reservations are in order. In just a few hours, I'll be in the Magic Kingdom of Disneyland with 3 of my best friends and meeting some new ones. And a few days after that, I'll be dealing with post-Disneyland withdrawal. But that's another problem for another day and another show. Until then, I'll see you at Disneyland.